What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, hi, I'm Kaylin. I am 25 and I film a lot of entrepreneurship, lifestyle, and productivity content. For today's video, obviously, as you can tell by the title, we're gonna be sitting down and doing our budgets for the month of June. If you're new here or you've never seen one of my monthly budgets, pretty much what we do is we do a lot of reflecting on the month previously. We'll identify areas that we did well on, areas that need improvement, so that way we can bring that into the month coming up, and then we will go ahead and set our budget for that month. So I'm excited. I hope you are too. This is one of my favorite videos to film just because I am very passionate about budgeting. It truly has changed my relationship with money and my finances. I was always that person. I was like anxious to open up my credit card statements. Now after budgeting, I know where all my finances are, good or bad. It doesn't always have to be good, but there's just something reassuring knowing where your finances are. Like I said, even if they're not the best, at least you know and you're taking the actions to improve them. So get your spreadsheets out, get your budgeting tool of choice out, so that way we can actually sit down and set our budgets together. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and let's hop into June's budget. Okay, so before we actually talk about June, we're actually gonna take a step back and look at the month of May. I think reflecting on your spending is just as important as actually setting the initial budget. So we're gonna go ahead, look at my spending, and pull your spreadsheet up too for the month of May, and we can go ahead and go through those actual numbers. Okay, so this is my budget for the month of May. I do just wanna say that my budget wasn't typically what I would normally set for myself because I was traveling for about 2 weeks out of the month. So I had a lot of unexpected expenses pop up from that, and also just expenses getting ready for the trip. So this month was definitely heavier on the spending and not as heavy on the savings, which is totally fine. I think that that's also really important when it comes to budgeting, is to be realistic about the budget. Every single month is going to look different. Some months you may be able to save more. I think it's really important to not only look at a budget monthly, but annually as well. As long as you're hitting your annual savings goals, every month can look a little bit different. Okay, so here's the budget, like I said, for the month of May. I'm gonna start over here with my income. If you are new here, I am self-employed, so full-time. I run an online e-commerce store through Amazon's storefront with my partner, Devin. This is the only income that I do not share, just for his privacy as well, because we pay each other the exact same. My income for the month of May, I would say, is pretty standard. It wasn't anything out of the ordinary. I pretty much made exactly what I thought when it came to AdSense, with brand deals and affiliate links. I didn't have any brand deals. I ended up making $29 off of affiliate links. If you guys do use any affiliate links in mine, I really do appreciate it. Amazon income, like I said, I don't share, and my other income was actually a little bit higher than I was planning on. I had expected $2,000. Once again, this is any other income that I get, whether that's from cash back from credit cards, whether it's my Etsy income, like I said, if I sell something, just any other smaller streams of income, I just kind of group in other. I was expecting $2,000 and I actually ended up with $2,189. So like I said, overall, my income for the month of May was pretty standard. Moving over to bills, these are the same every single month. Devin and I pretty much split everything 50-50, especially the big things like rent, Wi-Fi, utilities. So everything that you see on my budget is actually just my half. I wish our rent was $850, but this is just my half. So rent was actually $856. Wi-Fi was $37.50. We were actually under budget a decent amount on utilities. I had expected it to go up because they told us that there was actually going to be a 30% increase. That's the really nice thing about spring, is that you don't need the air on, you don't need the heat on, you can just open up your windows. Especially in Ohio, it's like the perfect temperature for that. So that was a nice surprise that our utility bill was actually about $100 less than normal. So that brings our total bills to $1,083 for the month. Over here in expenses, groceries, we actually did not spend too much on groceries because we were traveling, so we were under budget there. We were over budget on restaurants because, once again, we were traveling, so I figured that if we were down on groceries, we'd be over on restaurants. For coffee, I knew that I was definitely under budget because I've actually done really, really well this month, especially even with traveling, at not getting coffee out nearly as much. So with coffee, we only spent $35.56. Gas, I did not actually get any gas. Gym membership's always the same. This is my cycling membership. Now miscellaneous is where a lot of my expenses came in for the month. I had a lot of just unexpected expenses come up for the month of May. I needed more contacts. I had a medical bill to pay, which probably could have gone in bills, but I just put it in miscellaneous expenses. If you look over here, these are actually all my transactions. Oh yeah, we needed a new bunkie board that goes under our mattress on our bed, so that was $165 just for my half. Like I said, contacts. I am also testing out a new website for Press Reset, so that way I can actually take it off Etsy and onto my own site, which I think will be really fun to do. Except the first month was actually $319 for that, so that was a little bit more expensive than I was planning on. And then other than that, just things for our trip went in miscellaneous. My miscellaneous, you can see my expense overview down here. My miscellaneous was just, it was literally like through the roof. Let's go back up here. My self-care ended up being $186.98. I did get my nails done for our trip to the Dominican Republic, and then I also got a lash lift and tint for that. So I was a little bit over on budget, but once again, it's just kind of a guideline. I just kind of guessed that I would spend $150. I spent $186, so still around that. For clothes, it says $0, but I definitely feel like I got some clothes. Maybe I didn't. Gifts were $0. My subscriptions I actually forgot to input, so I have a subscription tracker over here, and my subscriptions, my amount per month was $206.11. They definitely went up. I definitely need to go through and see what I can cancel. That's why I love my subscription tracker. I have these random charges that I need to figure out what they're for. That's why they're blank, but I have the charges on my card. That's one reason why I love this subscription tracker, so I can actually separate my subscriptions just from the rest of my budget and see if there's anything that I can cancel, because subscriptions add up. They add up pretty quickly. So $206.11, and then I did have one annual subscription that I just broke down monthly. So $206.11, I actually need to add that into the budget. I did add on a few new monthly subscriptions, and I also added on an annual subscription for a language service. I do want to learn a new language. I am in the process of learning Spanish, so I did pay for that annually, and then I just broke it down monthly, and $32.17 for the girls. That brought our total expenses for May to $2,440.81. We're obviously way over budget, but like I said, totally fine. It's just unexpected things that, you know, life kind of throws at you. Nothing really that was in my control too much, I'll say. Next month will hopefully be a lower expense month. And then for savings, I did actually put a little bit more in my American Express savings, which is my short-term savings. And I just didn't put as much into my long term. I did not put any in my rainy day, and I did not put any into my gifts. So like I said, higher expense month, lower savings month. I did also hit my investment goal of $300. So that's pretty much the overview for the month of May. Bills, we were pretty much at what we budgeted for. Expenses, we were definitely over. And savings and investments, we were pretty much at what we budgeted for too. So moving over to the month of June, we're gonna go ahead and set our budget there. So for AdSense, I'm actually going to pull up my YouTube Studio and see what it's gonna be. Right now I'm at 165. I definitely need to get my AdSense up, and it's a day delayed, so there should be about 2 more days in there. I'm just gonna go ahead and say 175 for my AdSense budget. For brand deals and affiliate links, I'm just gonna go ahead and say 500 for that. Amazon, like I said, I don't share. And for other income, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, I'm just gonna put 2,000 again, just because it's typically what it's always around. So we are expecting about $2,600 besides the Amazon income. Bills, once again, always the same. So we'll say $850 for rent. What did I say? I always forget our Wi-Fi, $37.50. $50, and utilities, since we were gone this month a lot, I don't think that they'll be that much. So I'm gonna go ahead and budget. I'm just gonna say 200, and once again, that's my half for all of the bills. That brings our total bills to about $1,087. Also, I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video, I don't know how I forgot this month, but like I had the past 2 months, I am going to be doing a giveaway in this monthly budget. Last month, I gave away a $25 Barnes & Noble gift card. I think you guys really liked that, and I did too. So we're gonna go ahead and do that again this month. So I'm going to be giving away a $25 Barnes & Noble gift card and also a free copy of my budget spreadsheet. If you do win and you already have this budget spreadsheet, just message me and I'll just give you a refund for it. That way, if you do want it, you don't have to wait to get it to see if you win. I'll just go ahead and refund you if you do end up winning. So this month's monthly giveaway will have a $25 Barnes & Noble gift card and a free copy of the Ultimate Wealth Dashboard. So in order to enter, all you have to do is make sure you're subscribed down below and comment down below. What should we do this month? Let's comment down below. Comment down below your favorite part about budgeting. I think that would be fun to see all of your guys' responses and see what your favorite part about sitting down every month and doing your monthly budget is. So anyways, back to the budget. Moving over to expenses, June's expenses, hopefully, fingers crossed, will be a lot lower than May's. So we'll definitely budget a little bit lower than we did last month. For groceries, I'm going to increase it actually a little bit since we are going to be home pretty much all month. I'm going to say $350 for groceries. For restaurants, I always pretty much on just like normal months set a budget of about $100 for restaurants. For coffee, I'm going to say $40. I've been sticking around that $35 or $40 range, which is a big improvement from what it used to be. So I'm perfectly fine with that. I think $40 is like $10 a week on coffee is not too bad. For gas, I definitely need some gas since I didn't get any last month. So I'm going to say $75 on gas. If you're someone who, you commute to work a lot or you're always driving, obviously then you would increase this budget. Since I do work from home and I kind of stay in my little area of the city, I don't really drive too far. So I do get a lot of questions on how I keep my gas budget so low. And I've said this in monthly resets and budgets before, but I truly just keep it low because I don't go anywhere. So that's the key to not spending a lot on gas. For the gym, I'm gonna say $91, which is my cycling membership. Miscellaneous got crazy last month, so we're gonna keep it lower this month. I'm just gonna say $300 on miscellaneous. And just to clarify, miscellaneous isn't just like money on things that don't really matter. Miscellaneous for me, like I had put my medical bill in there. Miscellaneous can be my contacts. Miscellaneous can be if I just go to Target and I get a lot of like cleaning supplies, household supplies other than groceries. I'll just put that miscellaneous. So miscellaneous spending isn't always irresponsible spending. It's just spending that doesn't really fit in any categories. Anyways, self-care, I'm going to give myself $150, which is typically a full round of like a pedicure and a manicure. So getting my nails and toes done. We'll say $150 for clothing. I'm actually working with Princess Polly, which I love working with Princess Polly. I'm actually working with them in June, so I will not need any clothes. I should not be buying any clothes because I'm very thankful and fortunate that they do send me the clothes when I do work with them. For gifts, so Devin and I's 10-year anniversary is actually coming up, which is crazy. So July 4th is our 10-year anniversary, and there's also Father's Day in the month of June. So once again, it's very important when budgeting to really plan for the month coming up. And that's why it's so important to switch your budget up every single month, because every single month there's different, events, life events that happen. So my gifts budget was $0 last month. This month it's obviously going to be a little bit higher. I'm just going to type it on the screen because Devin's in the other room. And I don't want him to hear how much I am planning to spend for him. So that is the gifts budget. For subscriptions, I do plan on canceling a few of these. I do not need this many monthly recurring subscriptions. I don't even know what half of these are. That's why they don't even have names. So I'm gonna try to get that down to like at least $175 a month. So I'm gonna say $175 for subscriptions, and for pets, I just typically always set a budget of $50 for the girls. So that brings our total budget for expenses to $1,931. Moving over to savings and sinking funds. So I definitely wanna save a little bit heavier, obviously, than I did last month. For my American Express savings, this is my short-term savings. I have it in a high yield savings account. I'm gonna say $300 in this one. Long-term savings, Devin and I, we have a savings account for, future houses, children, just any big life, events that come up. Honestly though, the past few months, just because we've been traveling and stuff, we've kind of been putting our money into that and not our long-term savings. So I'm just gonna say $0 for that for right now. Rainy day, I'm gonna say just throw $100 in there. And for gifts, this is my gifts sinking fund. I'm going to say $75. Months like these are when gifts sinking funds really come in handy. It's not just for Christmas. I have a gift sinking fund year round that I kind of pull from when there's birthdays, graduations, anniversaries, Christmas. So my gift sinking fund really does help me out a lot throughout the year. I would highly recommend, if you don't have one, to create one. Even if you only put like 20 bucks in there a month, I mean, at the end of the year, that'd be $240. I mean, that could be a Christmas for even one person. So I personally really seen the benefit of it. I've had a gift sinking fund for a few years now, and it really does take the stress out of gift giving and makes it a lot more enjoyable and more exciting because you're not really focused about the money because you already have it set aside. Investments. I'm just going to say 300. Once again, my Roth IRA. My Roth IRA is one of those things that I'm not really too worried about monthly. Just as long as I max it out at the end of the year, that's all I'm really worried about. I don't really care the pace that I go. So I just say 300 every month. If I invest more, great. If I don't, then I just need to make sure that I invest more in the months coming up, just as long as I get to 6,500 by the end of the year. Okay, so that is it for the actual budget for the month of June. I'm gonna go ahead and actually set my priorities and goals. These are not my like personal or health and wellness goals. I keep these strictly for my financial goals just because it's on my budget. If you guys watch my monthly resets, you know that I have a spreadsheet specifically for actual like personal health and wellness, spiritual, career goals, but I just keep my financial goals on my budget. It kind of makes sense since it's right here. If you don't want this to say goals, there's actually a drop down here with a bunch of other things that you can make it if, you know, you don't need that to say monthly goals, but I'm gonna keep it top goals. My top priorities this month is really to keep my expenses low, focused on intentional spending. For my top financial goals, I'm gonna say invest $500. I know I set the budget at 300 because 300 is the minimum, but I would like to invest 500, you know, if my income allows for it. And this month's monthly quote is consistency equals success. Consistency has always been a struggle for me, and I truly have found a lot of success in areas where I am consistent. I've definitely seen a lot of growth and change in my life in areas where I have been a lot more consistent, but yeah, this is just one of my favorite quotes, consistency equals success, and I think it is a great quote to keep in mind for the month of June. So anyways, I think that wraps up June's budget with me. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope that you got your budget set up for the month as well. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I will have the spreadsheet linked down below for you guys in case you want to check it out. You guys can use code RESET for 20% off. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this will be the last month that the spreadsheet is on Etsy. Like I said, I'm trying to move it over to my own website just to make it more of an actual brand and not just selling it on a third-party platform. So I am very excited about that. I will keep you guys updated on that in the vlogs. Don't forget, if you do want a copy of the Ultimate Wealth Dashboard and a $25 Barnes & Noble gift card, make sure that you enter the giveaway as well. I am very excited for the month of June. I think that it's going to be a great month. June is one of my favorite months just because it's starting to warm up, but it's not super hot yet. Mentally, financially, physically, just all around, I'm very excited to see what June brings, and I hope you guys are too. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye guys.